So in today's breakdown, we're going to be breaking down Playboy the Beast's new song, Walk 'Em Down remix. I did have to check this out beforehand to make sure that it wasn't about the beef that they were having, because I was so tired of that. Thankfully it's not. So that's good. It is on a subject that I do have some things to say about. So I'll get to those at some point in the video. But I would just like to let you guys know that I've listened to Playboy the Beast before. I liked the song that I listened to last. It was when he got into the battle. Him and Hard Target had those two diss songs against one another. I thought Playboy the Beast actually had a pretty good diss song. I just think Hard Target overtook him just by a little bit, but he beat him. So anyway, I definitely think that he can rap. One of the things that I don't like, though, is how he has Proud Boy tattooed across his head, and he is very adamant about being Proud Boy. They came to Kalamazoo in 2021 when I lived there, and it was a shit show. Their Pride show turned into nothing but chaos, fighting. People were getting sprayed with fire hoses. It was just madness, and it had to do with the group that come through there, not the protesters of that group. So now I know both of them had a hand in it, but it started out on one end, and there's a reason why the Proud Boys are not welcome back in Kalamazoo again. So anyway, with those things out of the way, we'll go ahead and we'll get into this here. I try not to judge somebody, like I said, just because he's got the Proud Boys thing on there. I try not to judge based off of that. I usually try to do a pretty good job. So I'm going to be as unbiased as I can about this, and let's give it a shot.
Cash money. Walked them demons down. I'm a man that got
he's got to be a Steelers fan.
Yep. Pain. I'm starting to feel peaceful now. I need him now. Fall down to my knees and I'm bleeding now. Never backing down. A soldier of God until I'm leaving now. Trials and tribulations. My Savior was always patient. Was a slave to my own ways, but now I'm praising my Creator. Ay, still far from perfect, but get better every day. The Lord forgave me for my sins. He died so that my debt was paid. For the cradle.
I like that when he's talking about there, how he was a sinner for 30 years and now he's trying to change his ways. He's using God to help him get better every day, and he's trying to be a better person every day. And that's something that I truly believe is something that I believe in. Now when I get to the fact of what I don't believe in is organized religion. I'm not a huge fan of any organized religion. And there's reasons for it. A lot of them have to do with stuff that was done back in the 16th century, 17th century, long before any of our time. But they altered the religion at that point to a point that it can't be brought back to the original meaning behind it. So most organized religions tend to be very cultish. I don't like that. I don't like the way that they treat people. I've been to churches where I'm not a member before, and the way that they treat people that aren't members is not good. Now, I'm not saying every church is like that, because I have gone to churches before that I'm not a member at, and I was treated with utmost respect. It depends on the church, obviously, that you're going to, but I cannot get into organized religion. There's some fundamental flaws in it. And I don't want to take this whole video to break it down, because people will ask, well, what do you believe in? Well, I believe in Christism. And you go, well, what the hell is Christism? Well, Christism is a mix of my own personal beliefs that make up the religion that I believe in. I call it Chrisism solely because my name is Chris, and ism is usually a sign of religion, so Chrisism. It's pretty simple. So Now, getting off of that subject and getting onto what he was saying, well, we already went through that, the 30 years, all that. That was pretty cool. Okay, so let's get back into this video before I get sidetracked again.
Praising my creator, ayy. Still far from perfect, but get better every day. The Lord forgave me for my sins, he died so that my debt was paid. From the cradle to the grave, I'm so grateful my life was saved. Not trying to be a lukewarm Christian, I truly just want.
I like what he said there about being a lukewarm Christian, because some Christians are, like I said, they go a little bit overboard, and those are the ones that I tend to believe have like a cultish type feel, where he's saying he's a lukewarm Christian, he believes in the stuff, but he's not shoving it down other people's throats, and that's what I like. So he's at least, we're on the same page, it sounds like, for religion wise. He prays every night. I don't pray every night like I should, but I do pray. Again, I guess I should say that Christianism is a belief of many religions combined together, but it is rooted, its fundamental roots are probably Christianity, but there are some roots in other religions that mix into it as well as science. There's science that mixes into my religion as well. That's why I think it explains everything together. It explains it for me, at least. So that's why I use it as my religion. It explains everything to me. Alright, let's get back into what he's saying here.
I truly just wanna change, but the demons favor me too, so I battle them every day. No matter what I'm going through, I'm still never losing my way. Lucifer's still pursuing me, I'm never afraid. My Lord gives me strength every single night when I pray. So I'ma dedicate my life to Christ like it's a crusade.
Dedicate my life to Christ like it's a crusade.
I'm never losing my faith, nah. Never betrayed me, wasn't worthy, but he still saved me. I was a baby in my faith, young and still shady. In prison, shackles and chains, they still couldn't contain me. Fighting for survival on a daily, that's the way it changed me.
Focus, I'm not one you can distract. It's in my soul for the gold or the cloud. To be on top the mountain, nah, that's just cap. On Matthew 4 verse, baby, fuck now. I get the drop like they running from the shots. The news gon' spread like the Sermon on the Mount. We ain't faking, these are times of revelations. The scriptures did.
Okay, alright, I like that chorus, alright, and I'm going to break down a couple reasons why. So first off, he talks about being on top of the mountain, being capped. No one can be on top of the mountain. So, and then he talks about Matthew verse 4:8. So in Matthew verse 4:8, it's a verse about the devil talking to Matthew on top of the mountain, showing him the whole world, the countryside and everything. All of this can be yours if you just bow down to me. All of this can be yours if you just bow down to me. And Matthew chose to bow down to Jesus or to Christ instead. And so that's a nice double meaning there, being on top of the mountain, Matthew 4:8, and then talking about a Sermon on the Mount. That's, like I said, that's the Sermon on the Mound is like the mountain. Sermon on the Mountain is a mound. Still falling back to that, the devil talking to Matthew that he's talking about, or the devil talking to him for that instance, on top of the mountain. And he's saying, no, I choose God. I choose God. I'm not going to bow down to you. So that's pretty cool. And then I like the fact where he was talking about Revelations, because that's a callback kind of to his beef with Hard Target, because the very next song that Hard Target released was called Revelations. I don't think that was put in there by coincidence. I think that was done on purpose. Playboy the Beast does know how to rap, and those are subtle things that you do in callbacks to make your music better. So I think that's what he did. All right, let's get back into this here.
Just did all the talking, where we now. Walk 'em down, walk 'em down. It's PTB and the prodigal child. Walk 'em down, walking down. Cause I was once lost, but now I'm found.
I know that I'm a sinner and I fall short of the glory. Was a hateful saying this, but that's not the end of my story. So my soul, though I reclaim it, this is the Lord's territory. I'm repenting for my sins on the daily, it's mandatory. Whoever lives in love, lives in God and God in Him. Although I'm never gonna be perfect, God forgives us for our sins. And I'm so grateful for that grace, that's why I'm writing these hymns. I train to make my faith stronger like a guy in the gym. I thought I would walk with God to the day that I felt the calling. Overwhelmed with much emotion and the tears just started falling. But I was...
I like that. I train to keep my face stronger, like a guy in the gym. It does. It takes practice to believe in your faith and to truly believe in it. Anyway, that's why some of the Christians that come can be pretty intense, because they're truly involved. Not even just Christians, but other religions. They're truly believing in their religion, so they think that they have the only answer to save you. That's where I have a problem, where I draw the line with organized religion, because who knows that they have the only answer. I like how he's talking about being a sinner and he sold his soul, but now he's repented for it, and so God saved him. God forgive him and for his sins, because that's one of the things that we can believe in. The other part that I really like is how he talks about, if you live your life in love, that you're living for God, because that's very strong part of Christianism. That right there is even almost is a core belief. If you live your life in love, then you're living your life. If you live your life in love and loving others, then you're living your life with God. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get back into this here.
Like a guy in the gym, let's get. Thought I would walk with God to the day that I felt the calling. Overwhelmed with much emotion and the tears just started falling. But I was stalling, ain't gon' lie, put up a wall. I was afraid to put my all in. Before I walked, I was crawling. Was an addict and an alcoholic, but God solved it. Thought I was a lost cause, cause I was living demonic. But he saw beyond it. Every time my life was most chaotic, cause when I'm closest to God, I think revelation's upon us, yeah. I feel him calling, God is gathering his army. When I'm covered in his armor, nobody could ever harm me, nah. They can't disarm me, the trumpets are now alarming. About to walk these demons down, I'm a soldier in God's army, yeah.
Focus, I'm not one you can distract.
Before I bow, even, he says. Definitely what he's talking about.
On Matthew 4 verse 8, before I bow, I get the drop like they running from the shots. The news gon' spread like the Sermon on the Mount.
This is definitely better than NLE Chopper. Sorry, NLE Chopper, I just don't dig that. The message you're sending in yours.
Walking down. I was once lost, but now I'm found. Walking down. It's PTB in the prodigal child.
So yeah, I think the most important thing he said out of that entire song was, and I really like this lyric, if you live your life with love and God, then you are living with God. That is super powerful. That's exactly like I said, that's like the core definition of criticism, because I'm against organized religion, but I do believe in God, and I believe in love and loving God and thanking him and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a pretty perfect little two-liner there. I like that. Overall, I enjoyed the song. It's got great lyrics, but it's not like the most complex lyrics I've ever heard before. It was good. Overall, definitely enjoyed it. Definitely worth the listen. Thank you for recommending that. Yeah, I think that's all I have for today, so I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.